The court is now in session for the trial of Zach Jackson.
The defense is ready, Wait, what is this about?
The impact of theft on this young mother's life.
Your Honor, you don't need to be dramatic. This trial is about a young boy accused of using her mother's debit card to buy in-game currency called Primogems.
Is that a new crypto?
Phoenix, how did you pass the bar exam?
Sheer effort.
Probably hit the bar on the way too. And said, wait for it, and said, ow!
I presume you're the father?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm the father of a loving family.
You call this a loving family? You're never at home. You never show up to my birthday parties. When you are at home, you smell like booze and a broke man who hasn't bathed in ages.
We are going to be here for a while, and it's only episode 1.
I sense important information to remember due to the boy's rant.
I mean, it's just a tantrum he's pulling up because his father's not spending much time with him.
We're gonna get a guilty verdict.
Mrs. Jackson, would you please give details of what happened last night?
Hold it! So we all got ready for court for a little issue that just happened last night?
Don't question it. Before anyone interrupts me, I was coming back from work. I work at Chuck E. Cheese, morning to evening. When I went to my son's room, I saw him playing Genshin Impact.
Okay, first off, it's Genshin Impact. Just because someone says it as Genshin doesn't mean it's pronounced like that.
Objection! Young man, your mother is in the middle of a testimony.
Was it really that necessary to slam your desk?
Yes, Wright, it was. Now, Mrs. Jackson, please continue your testimony.
Back to what I was saying, I went into my son's room, and then I saw my debit card by the edge of the room near the door. I scolded him for using my money for the video game he was playing, but he kept on denying it, but I know it's a fact. I mean, who else could have used it?
I see. Well, we've heard enough. This child is guilty.
Objection! We haven't even started cross-examination yet.
Wow, I'm surprised you at least know that.
Come on, Chief, don't you at least have a little faith in me?
Nah, I'm just here because it's our job. Win this case, and I may believe you're worthy.
Of what? Thor's hammer? Okay, so Mrs. Jackson, where do you usually keep your debit card?
I usually leave it in my side table drawer, which is locked at all times.
Who do you entrust the lock to?
The only person I trust with the key is my husband.
And not your son?
Right. You know how old he is, right?
Why would I entrust my key to my son? My drawer has nothing but personal belongings and my debit card. But for some reason, the card and the key went missing that night. So I assumed it was my son who did it. Doesn't sound like she's got any proof that the kid did it. The only person could have been the husband.
That actually makes sense. Mrs. Jackson, you do know that your assumptions are not proof that your son did it. If I may ask, where was your husband that night?
That's none of your goddamn business, you dumbass lawyer!
Objection! First off, you're in the court of law. And second, this is my job.
Sit down, Mr. Jackson. You are not allowed to speak during cross-examination.
That must have triggered him real good.
As if he's been hiding something.
You're right. Something's very suspicious about him.
Back to my question. Where was your husband that night?
He definitely was not home, so he couldn't have gotten my card at the time.
Perhaps maybe your husband already got the card beforehand?
Objection! The husband sure has his own card since he's the man of the house.
I don't like how you're playing at this! I will not take any bullshit from this!
Sit down, Mr. Jackson!
Phoenix, have you realized it yet?
Are you talking about how Mr. Jackson acts?
No, I'm talking about Santa Claus who took keto diet to fit through the chimneys. Of course I'm talking about Jackass Jackson over there.
What did you just say?
I'm talking about you, you deadbeat dad.
Objection! Miss Faye, you're going out of control!
Objection! Wait, she's onto something.
I didn't do a damn thing! I know what you're both thinking. But I didn't steal the card like you think I did!
Damn, I guess he figured it out.
On that day, I was at work in the morning. On break, I was with my buddies grabbing In-N-Out burgers. I did go back to the house to grab my credit card. Then afterwards, I kept working the whole night. When I got home...
Objection! Can I see your credit card?
Objection!
Right, he didn't finish his testimony.
I don't care anymore. Can we just wrap up this episode? This is just ridiculous. I mean, who wrote this shit anyway?
Trust me, it was just Kevin and Julian.
Hey!
Okay, Mr. Jackass.
Jackson!
Whatever. It's clear that you used your wife's debit card. Young boy, did you use any credits for your video game?
Yeah, they're gift cards I had on my birthday.
Wait, who gave you them?
My friends!
Wait, you have friends?
Do you not pay attention on my well-being?
Well, I mean, I thought they were just customers in the restaurant.
I hate you! You never give a crap about me!
That's not true. I do care about you.
And let me ask you, did you ever care to wonder if I knew how to use a debit card? Like, yikes, I'm only 9 years old!
Objection! This conversation is irrelevant.
Objection! This conversation has everything to do with the case.
Yeah! How can you be so sure?
Mrs. Jackson,
Yes?
do you have an app that shows what you have on the bank?
I do. Why?
Your Honor, may she take a look?
By all means, as long as it wraps up this case.
Wait! The last time this was used was the time my husband went to eat at In-N-Out.
And there's our culprit!
God damn it!
And this also shows the amount of money wasted on the casino and booze.
I knew I wasn't imagining the smell!
Zach, I'm really sorry for doubting you. Do you perhaps want the Wright and Shogun figurine?
Yes, and a signature from the voice actress.
You got it.
I've heard enough. The court finds Jambu Jackson guilty. The court is adjourned.
That was the worst case ever.
Pretty complicated, and this should have just been handled by Judge Judy.
Well, Nick, I now believe you have what it takes to be in this profession.
Thanks, Chief.
Now why don't we celebrate with In-N-Out burgers? My treat.
God damn it!
With extra spread!
You know they're free, right?
I'm really just craving it.
Understandable. Let's just keep this between us and not tell my sister.
Yes, ma'am.
Objection! Before this episode ends, allow me to tell you that Nikko's a huge simp for the Wright and Shogun. Before this episode ends, allow me to make my entrance to this shit series. I'm your host, Von Karma. And welcome to Franzie's Whiplash Episode 1. Yes, we will be doing this after every episode to give you either insights to stuff, maybe the weather, or even about any of the voice actors in the show. For today's fun facts, let's talk about multiple things today. First off, if anyone is an aspiring voice actor, if you just started, grab a USB mic. The cheapest yet a good enough quality mic would be a fee-fine microphone. If you have any headphones, use them. Download Audacity and boom, you can start auditioning for passion projects online. Definitely recommend Casting Call Club and/or Voice Acting Club. Enjoy the process of your journey and stick to always willing to improve. Lastly, make sure to find friends to collaborate with in the community. And to always remind yourself why you started this art form and what makes you fall in love with it. That's all for today, folks. Do keep in mind, I am perfect in every way. Anyone dares to ruin my perfect record will be physically prosecuted. I'm looking at you, Phoenix Wright. Nikko! Take care, everyone. By the way, Nikko says this in the recording. You will be physically prostituted. There, I recorded it. Are you happy with me, world?